Why we use DSN, Disp, space, and DCB parameters in JCL. What is DDDSN? The DSN parameter refers to the physical dataset name of a newly created or existing dataset. The DSN value can be made up of subnames each of 1 to 8 characters length, separated by periods, and of total length of 44 characters. What is DD-Disp? Disp parameter in JCL stands for disposition, and disp parameter is mainly used to inform about 3 things. DISP equals CS and AD. CS, it denotes the current status. ND, it denotes normal disposition. AD, it denotes abnormal disposition. In current status, we'll take one among these values. New, this tells the system to create a new dataset. Old, this means that this dataset already exists and we'll use this dataset exclusively in this step for this particular job. SHR, this dataset already exists and should be used in shared mode. Mod, there are 2 possibilities if we want to code. A. Retrieve the dataset if it already exists based on volume DA. In this case, we need to code volume. B. Create the dataset if this dataset does not exist. In this case, we do not need to code volume. In case of normal or abnormal disposition, they can take any one of these values. Delete, this means, delete the dataset and uncatalog the dataset as well. Keep, this means that do not delete the dataset, just retain it. CATLG, this means that we should create an entry of the dataset in the catalog. Uncatalog, this means we should not delete the dataset but we need to uncatalog it. Pass, this is only used in case of normal disposition. In this case, the dataset will be retained for use by a later step. What is space? Space is used to provide the space-related details for the dataset. Space sadface space allocation type, primary_quantity, secondary_quantity, directory blocks, release, config, mxig, round. A. Space allocation type. Space allocation type is the unit of measurement which will take any of these values. Tracks, cylinders, block length, record length. B. Primary quantity. Primary quantity, we need to provide the minimum value of primary space required for the dataset. C. Secondary quantity. Secondary quantity, we need to define a value of secondary quantity because when it fills the amount of primary space, it requires a secondary quantity where it is the additional space and the system provides to the resources used in the step. D. DRTRY, this is used for the directory. You need to decide on how many members you should have in the PDS, and for the PS file, the value of the directory is always 0. E. RLSE means the memory which is allocated to this dataset needs to be released once this dataset is closed. F. Contig, allocate the memory in a contiguous location. G. MXIG, allocate the memory to the largest contiguous memory location. H. Round, used when average block length is allocated. It is used to request for an entire cylinder for storage of the data set. What is DDDCB? DCB is used to tell the information about dataset in the data control block in MBS operating system. Data control block is a description of a dataset in a program. The important sub of parameters which are defined in this list of parameters are: RECFM stands for record format. Allowed values are f/fb/v/vb/u. RECL, logical record length. Bulk size, define the block size. SORG, data set organization. BUFNO, define the buffer number. Buff size, define the buffer size. Support our efforts and share us. Contact us and keep in touch in WhatsApp, Instagram, Facebook and YouTube. If you have any doubts, feel free to call us. Thank you. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, like, share, and comment down. Bye bye.